The student comes and says, what must I do? Now, in our earlier conversation together, we reached the point where the teacher and the student were talking together.
Yes. We're doing that now.
We're doing this now.
I'm not your teacher, but we're doing that now.
Well, no, I understand in our conversations that is not your role, but I must confess that it has been working out in this order, because I have learned immensely. There are two things here that I want to get clear, and I need your help. On the one hand, to make this pure act of attention, I need only myself. Is that correct?
No, not quite. Sir.
Not quite.
Not quite. So let's put the question first. Question is, what am I to do in this world?
Yes.
That is, what is my place in this world?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, the world is me. I'm the world. That's absolute fact.
Mm-hmm.
And what am I to do? The world is this: corrupt, immoral, killing, no lack of, there is no love, there's superstition, idol worship of the mind and the hand, and there is war, that is the world. What is my relationship to it? My relationship to it only is if I am that. If I am not that, I have no relationship to it.
I understand that in terms of act.
Yeah, that's it.
In terms of act, not a notion that I have.
For me, the world is corrupt, is geared to killing. And I won't kill. What's my relationship to the man who goes and kills a baby seal? I say, my God, how can you do such a thing? You follow, sir? I want to cry about it. I do. How can you educate that man or the society which allows such a thing to happen?
Then perhaps I should rephrase the question and say, well, when I do whatever is done in making this pure act of attention, I am not separated from the world in which I am, and the world is not separate.
I come to it from a different angle altogether.
Exactly. Fine.
I come to it, sir, because there is something different in me operating.
Yes.
Compassion, love, intelligence, all that is operating in me.
But it seems that two possibilities are here. On the one hand, making this pure act of attention doesn't require that I be in the physical presence of another human being. But of course, I am always in relation, whether I'm there or not.
Of course.
Yes, I fully grasp that. But then the second possibility is that within conversation, as we are enjoying it together now, something occurs, something takes place. It's not that we must be together for it to take place, and it's not that we must be alone for it to take place. Therefore, what we have established is that something occurs which is quite beyond all these distinctions of inner and outer. You're over there and I'm over here.
Take what takes place. See what takes place. First of all, we are serious.
Yes.
Really serious. Second, the killing, the corruption, we've cut it. We're finished with it. So we stand alone. Alone, with not isolated. Because if I am not, when the mind is not that, it is alone. It hasn't withdrawn, it hasn't cut itself off, it isn't built an ivory tower for itself, it isn't living in illusion. It says that is false. That's corrupt, I won't touch it. Psychologically, I may put on trousers, etc., etc., but I won't touch psychologically that.
And it's...
Therefore, it is completely alone.
And it is saying this amidst all this mournful round.
No.
Yes.
Therefore, being alone, it is pure.
Yes.
Therefore, purity can be cut into a million pieces, it will remain still pure. It's not my purity or your purity, it is pure. Like pure water, it remains pure water.
Entirely full, too. Wholly full. It takes us back to that Sanskrit. This is full, that is full. Fullness is issued forth from fullness. It's a pity that the English doesn't carry the melody that the Sanskrit does.
So you see, that's very interesting from this conversation. What has come out? The thing is, we are frightened of being alone, which is, we are frightened of being isolated. But every act a human being does is isolating himself. That is, when his ambition is isolating himself. When he is nationalistic, he is isolating himself. When he says it's my family, isolating itself. I want to fulfill, isolating itself. When you negate all that, not violently, but see the stupidity of all that, then you are alone. And that has tremendous beauty in it. And therefore that beauty, you can spread it everywhere, but it still remains alone. So the quality of compassion is that. But compassion isn't a word, it comes with intelligence. This intelligence will dictate if my sister is attacked at that moment. But it's not intelligence. Say, what will you do if? Such a question and an answer to that is unintelligent. I don't know.
Oh yes, I'm following you precisely.
But it is unintelligent. Say, but I'm going to prepare to kill all those people who are my enemies. Which is the army, the navy, the whole sovereign governments are doing. So, love is something, sir, that's really chaste. Chastity is the quality of aloneness, and therefore never hurt. I don't know.
It's interesting that in this one act, one neither hurts himself nor another.
No.
It's a total abstention from hurt.
So, wait a minute. I have given you all my money because I trust you. And you won't give it. I said, please, give me a little of it. You won't. What shall I do? What is the act of intelligence? You follow? Act of affection, act of compassion. That says, what will it do? You follow my question? A friend of mine, during the Second World War, he found himself in Switzerland. He had quantities of money, plenty of money. And he had a great friend from childhood. And to that friend, he said, he had to leave the next minute because something, war took place and he had to leave the country and all the rest. So he took all the money and said, here, my friend, keep it for me. I'll come back. I'll come back when the war is over. He comes back and said, please. He says, what money?
Goodness me.
You follow, sir? So, what should he do? not theoretically. You're put in that position. You give me something. You entrust me with something. And I said, yes, quite right. You give me, now whistle for it. What is your responsibility? Just walk away?
No, if there were a means to recover it, then that would be done upon the instant.
Intelligent.
Intelligence would take over.
Therefore, and that's what I'm saying. Love is not forgiveness. You follow? I forgive and walk away. Love is intelligence. And intelligence means sensitivity. To be sensitive to the situation. And the situation, if you are sensitive, will tell you what to do. But if you are insensitive, if you have already determined to what to do, if you are hurt by what you have done, then it is insensitive action takes place.